Hey, fourth graders from Cumberland Elementary. I wanted to come here and talk to you guys about social studies this week. I kind of wanted to wrap things up. I mean, we're getting down to 2 weeks left of school. Kind of want to wrap things up. It's been a weird year. Right now, you're listening to your social studies teacher in dire need of a haircut, sitting in his basement on Tuesday, May 26th. And I want to kind of wrap things up of social studies to kind of get you ready for summer this year. So, got a couple of things I really want to drive the point home towards. And it starts with this. If you remember when you walked into my room the first day of fourth grade social studies, I talked about the most important question in social studies. And I drove this point home because I thought it was extremely, extremely important. And I talked about how it involved the social part of social studies, where it involves the interactions between people, the studies part, about how that interaction involves not just you and another person, but everybody else, and how you can apply those rules. And it's very, very important. I talked about the most important question in social studies, and I asked you to go home and ask your parents and family this very most important question about social studies. And hopefully you remember that the most important question in social studies, in my opinion, is a hot dog a sandwich? And most of you laughed at me when I asked you that. But really, this is an important question. And it comes back to a lot of different things. But we asked you, is a hot dog a sandwich? And a lot of you guys had some different opinions. Some of you said, yes, it's definitely a sandwich, Mr. S. You've got some sort of filling in between two pieces of bread, and thus it's a sandwich, just like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or anything else. Some of you said, no, Mr. S, it's not a sandwich. It's got bread, it's separate altogether. It makes something different. It's no longer a sandwich. It's got a bun, not an actual piece of bread. It's different altogether. Some of you said, hey, Mr. S, it's a taco. It's got bread on three sides, or some sort of carbohydrates on three sides, just like a taco would. And thus, it is no longer a sandwich. It's a taco. And some of you guys' favorite taco place is Subway, and that's great. Fine. I'm good with that. We'll kind of continue with this idea, but there's lots of different answers to this. A lot of you guys asked me, hey, Mr. S, is a hot dog a sandwich, yes or no? And what it comes down to is there is no correct answer. It comes down to what you believe. Because like I wrote here, and like I talked to you on the very first day, is that your definition is based on your values. And your values are based on your experiences. Okay? So that depends on what you think. There is no right or wrong answer. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. Is it? It's up to you. This is a social studies question versus a math question. If I asked you what's 3 plus 5, the answer is 8. That is a math question. There's one answer. There is one answer. It's right or wrong. In social studies, there's lots of answers. As long as you can defend your answer, it's fine. And when we talk about is a hot dog a sandwich, that's a social studies question. I don't know whether it is or not. Actually, I've got my own opinion. I'm not going to share it with you. I like doing this, having you guys form your own. But my point is that you get to decide whether or not it is. Other people disagree with you, and that's okay. It's all right for people to disagree with you. You get to form your own opinions. You can listen to other arguments. Maybe you'll change your mind, and that's all right too. But it comes down to, what do you think a sandwich is? If you think a sandwich is any sort of filling between a couple pieces of bread, maybe a hot dog is. Maybe you don't think the bread is that correct formation, and thus it's no longer a sandwich. That's fine. It's up to you on whether or not it is. Your definition of what a hot dog is, or what a sandwich is based on what you value a sandwich being. So your values are based on your experiences, how you feel, how you've experienced a sandwich, what you choose to explain a sandwich as defines whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich. There is no one correct answer. Other people are going to disagree with you, and that is okay. It is up to you to form your own opinions, formulate those, and say that whatever means you want, understanding that other people might disagree with you. And again, that is okay. And that first day when we talked about is a hot dog a sandwich, some of you guys looked at me and said, Mr. S, what does this have to do with social studies at all? We've been spending 25 minutes talking about sandwiches and whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich. And I said, it is the most important question in social studies. And again, it is. Because all of it relates back to how you interact with people. You can have your own opinions. You are welcome to all your own opinions. Hopefully you formulate those opinions based on fact. If you can say, I believe a hot dog is a sandwich because of these reasons, or I believe a hot dog is not a sandwich because of these reasons, and you can formulate those opinions, those reasons. A hot dog is a sandwich. There's bread around it. It's a sandwich. Great. Fine. It is not a sandwich because there's bread on 3 sides versus 2, and it's no longer something totally different than a sandwich. Fine. But you have to be able to say why you are correct and why you are not. There are many different answers to this, but you get to choose how you formulate it. As long as you have a good reason for what you believe, you can be correct. Just understand that you might change your mind over time, and just because somebody thinks something different, they're not wrong. They just think something different. As long as you can give yourself some facts to support your opinion, you are fine. We came through this when we did our immigration presentations. I asked you to formulate an opinion that either this group of immigrants did achieve the American dream or they did not. There was no one correct answer. As long as you could formulate it by facts and support it with facts, that here's some things why I am right, or here are some things why this did happen or didn't happen. So as long as you can say an opinion based on facts, you're going to be okay. Just again, sometimes you might change your opinion over time, but make sure that you can support it with facts, real things that you can prove. That's what's important. So, is a hot dog a sandwich? Isn't just the only question you could ask yourself. There's some other great ones that fall in the same line. Hey, is cereal a soup? I don't know. You've got some sort of liquid surrounding some solids. That seems like some sort of soup. Or maybe it's cold and it's not, although gazpacho is cold and that's still a soup. You get to formulate your own opinion there. How many holes does a straw have? Is there one long hole separating the top and the bottom and it's all together? Or is it just a top hole and a bottom hole and there's 2 different holes in a straw? I don't know. How many holes does a straw have? Another question for you. If I have one piece of lasagna and I stack it on top of another piece of lasagna, do I have one big lasagna or is it 2 pieces of lasagna? I don't know. That's a great question, and you get to decide. Those are some different things you can think about. You can ask your family, hey, what do you think? Again, there's no one right answer. If you gave me any one of these answers in class, I would try to counter it and tell you why you might be wrong, whether you said a cereal is or isn't a soup, and try to make you think about that. You get to define what is a soup, what is a whole, what is lasagna, what is your definition on those things. As long as you can come up with a definition and support it with some facts, you're correct. Bring that to some other people and see what they think. I would love to hear your comments. Talk to some people, give me some ideas on your own. I would love to hear some responses on this. I would love to hear these, so please comment in the comment sections on ClassDojo or on YouTube. I want to hear what your thoughts are on whether or not cereal is a soup. How many holes does a straw have? Either 1 or 2 is the answer. Is it 1? Is it 2? I don't know. And again, if you stack lasagna on top of each other, is it 1 piece of lasagna or is it 2 separate? I don't know. Let's find out. You give me some supporting facts. I want to hear your opinions. The most important thing that you can come away with in 4th grade social studies is being able to formulate an opinion and support it with facts. It is extremely important, not just in class, but in life. Lots of people have opinions. Lots of people can find ways to support those opinions with facts, but is it accurate? Is it not? I don't know. That's important for you guys to understand. It's important for you guys to understand how you define things based on your experiences. Understand those things. I want you guys to be able to do that. Think critically about that. Not just say yes or no. There is one right answer. There isn't. There's not always a right answer or wrong answer. It depends on whether or not you can define it. So please think these things over. I hope you guys have a great week. It's supposed to be nice weather, so get out and play and do some nice things. Have a great time. I want to hear your thoughts on that last slide that I had about soup and straws and sandwiches and all lasagna. Please let me know what your thoughts are on those. I hope you guys have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. Bye.